Okay, I gotta start that again. So, I'm on a quick break from work. My coworker is sitting next to me and she can vouch for this one. I wanted to get into it because there is a new meme on the internet. It's called the "I was today years old" meme. And it's so funny. My coworker, I read this off to her, and it says, "How old were you when you learned that the game tag stands for touch and go? I was today years old." So my coworker is sitting next to me typing and probably listening and agreeing. And I just thought that was interesting because I don't know if it has anything to do with Mandela or the Mandela effect, but it's just weird because it feels like there's all these things that we're learning, and again, it could be an internet thing, but it's just really interesting. And so I have a few more for you. Okay, now there's this one. How old were you when you realized Arby's is just pronounced as Arby's, which is short for roast beef? I was today years old. I didn't know that either. I used to go to Arby's all the time when I was a kid, especially in second grade. You'd think a second grader would love that kind of information. Used to get it with all kinds of ketchup with my dad after gymnastics. A little counterintuitive, but my metabolism was so high back then, yo. And then this one is Mandected. In other words, this one has been discussed in the Mandela effect community. So that's where kind of I see the tie-in. But it's funny though, because one of my friends, I posted these on Facebook, and I got a fair amount of comments, but one of my friends said, "That's so weird. I always thought the L in the Staples was a paperclip." Anyway, I was today years old when I found out the L in Staples is really a half-open staple. And here's another tie-in. Here is another tie-in with the Mandela effect. The 7-Eleven. Why is the N on the 11 of lowercase proportion? Now, a lot of people thought that this was from some sort of merged universe or some such, but to the best of our corporate research here at 7-Eleven, it is believed, see, they don't even know, it is believed that the wife of the company's president during the 1960s thought the look of the name in the logo 7-Eleven seemed a little harsh with all caps, and she suggested the N be changed to lowercase to make the logo look more graceful. Well, why not just have just a cap on the beginning and do the 7-Eleven like it is up at the top? That's weird. There was this one we found on Reddit. I have no idea why. I've never heard of this thing. It looks scary. It looks pornographic. I wouldn't drink out of it. You guys tell me if you've ever seen this. After all my years of drinking these, I finally figured out that you can reverse the top and then close it again. I don't even know where the top is. And what is he holding? And if that's the top, the thing with a circle on it, then why isn't it coming out in the very bottom right-hand picture? Oy vey. That's kind of funny. I don't know. Adele's voice, when slowed down, is basically Sam Smith. That's not even a Mandela effect. That's just a silly factoid. Although it's funny, I'm not a big fan of Adele, and I never really have been, but I recognize her as a really good singer, and I do kind of like the Skyfall song from James Bond. Okay, now here's a good one for all you mathophiles out there. I just made up that word. Maybe I'll make up the word and you'll associate it with this new fact. The division symbol looks like this for a reason. I just found out that the division symbol, like the symbol of Prince, is just a blank fraction with dots replacing the numerator and denominator. Oh my god! And going ham means going hard as a motherfucker, which is weird because I never even heard the expression ham. You guys ever hear that expression? I was today years old when I learnt that the term going ham actually an acronym is going. Okay, that's weird. Okay, now here's a good one. The character Fez is named that for a reason. I was today years old when I learned that Fez in that 70s show really just stands for foreign exchange student, and that's not the character's actual name. Weird. Okay, and then there's another one down here. Woody from Toy Story has a last name. I know there have been some people who have claimed that there have been Mandela-affected Toy Story Mandela effects. I was today years old. Let's see. Oh, did I have... Oh, that he has a last name, but maybe it doesn't say what the last name is. All right. I don't know. So then... Oh, here it is. It's Woody's last name is Pride. That sounds a little suggestive. Sorry, my mind is in the gutter right now, especially after seeing that creepy picture of that weird drink thing. It looks like a snake and something else. Oy vey. And last but not least, hold your horses is telling someone to be stable. Or maybe to be a stable, because that's where you put your horses. And a stable holds horses. I was today years old when I found out someone says, hold your horses. They're telling me to be stable. So that was that. I thought these were kind of interesting. But I also wanted to address two other things. first off, the spelling of sycophant. Sycophant, a person who acts obsequiously, I love that word, towards someone important in order to gain advantage. And I should know, I live in Hollywood. But anyway, it was so weird because my friend, the one that I made the video about her college graduation, which for whatever reason has like totally, that video has blown up over the last 3 weeks. That's the one entitled "A Friend Pictured in Two Places at the Same Time" that I posted a little over a year ago. I don't know, someone be sharing it, and somebody said, oh, Shane Dawson needs to see this, and I forgot who Shane Dawson was, and then I looked him up, and I thought, well, I'm really not his demographic, but Shane Dawson hasn't called, though, by the way. But anyway, so my friend who I made the video about said, sycophant, that word, do you ever remember there being an N in it, like sycophant? Which is kind of funny when you look at the definition, too, because an N would kind of make it more sort of ironically symbolic. Sycophant, like you're trying to be in sync with a person that you're being obsequious towards. Or maybe you're just being obsequious towards someone from NSYNC. I don't know. And the last word is definitely. And I know we've talked about this before in the Mandela affected community. And at first, I didn't really take that Mandela effect too seriously. But at the same time, I remember when I was in college, I had a self-correcting typewriter. I know, because I'm, I want to call myself a millennial, but it's not that. I am not a millennial. I am a Gen Xer. But in college, I had this typewriter, and it would always beep when I would spell a word wrong. So I remember spending many late nights, maybe my brain was on crack and I just didn't register it, but I don't remember it ever beeping for the word definitely, spelling it definitely. But then when I got out to California and I started writing screenplays on my brand new computer, which had a black background and green lettering, one of those old Epsons, my spell check would always go crazy when I spelled it definitely. So I don't know if between living on the East Coast and living on the West Coast and writing screenplays in California, things went crazy. But anyway, I thought that was weird because that's my own testimonial about the word definitely versus definitely. And we all know the definition of that, so I don't need to look it up. But in any case, guys, just wondering what you think, what you remember, and have a great day, whatever longitude, that's good, whatever longitude you're at. And that's my jam. Peace out.